Hello and welcome to Tracecloud. In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use Tracecloud, and in about 10 minutes, I'll show you how to trace your requirements, organize your requirements, run a report, and email the reports out. So first, let's start off with the project. So I already have a demo project I've been using called Demo Project. So you can see that I have my high-level requirement types. There's a folder for each type: business requirement, functional requirement, and test cases, etc. As you have hundreds and hundreds of these requirements in one folder, they become a little difficult to manage. You can always create these folders and create more subfolders to help with managing all your requirements. For example here, let's choose the test cases. And then I can just right click and click folder management. Then to create a subfolder, I click that button, and then let's call this one electrical. Fill out the folder description, and then you'll have your new subfolder created. Now let's click test cases and move some requirements around or test cases. Here all you have to do is click the test case and then choose the folder that you want it to get moved to. This is rather simple and really good if you just have to move one or two test cases or requirements around. If you wanted to do this in bulk, all you have to do is right click on the folder and then you want to click reports. Once you click reports, you're going to click the create report / bulk update button. Then you should see this screen pop up. And then what you can do is just click run report, select which test cases or requirements you want to move, click bulk actions, standard actions, and then move it to the folder you want to. So in this case, I'm going to move it to my electrical folder, and then all I have to do is click update. Just to demonstrate again, let's move these 3 test cases again to the mechanical folder so we can make sure everything's going smoothly. And now once I close it, you should be able to see all those moved test cases in the respective mechanical and engineering folders. Once you have them in a folder, you get something by definition called folder metrics. It tells you what's happening in the folder, or if you wanted to, you can just run your own complex report. Again, right click and then click the report button, and then you can apply certain filters that you want. Like for example, I'm going to include requirements in all the subfolders so I can see all that, and then let's say I want to see my dangling requirements. So that complex report is going to show me all of those according test cases or requirements. And once the report is here, I can always go ahead and just save the report, and then I'll have the report on hand to go. Also, I could always have the option of just emailing the report out as an attachment by clicking the email button and putting in the address. Now let's talk about traceability. Traceability is another term for connecting your requirements. Where it becomes handy is, for example, let's say I have a release called alpha release. In this release, I am executing some business requirements, and in each business requirement, there's multiple functional requirements that make it up. And then that in turn will also lead to test cases and test results. In most systems, each of these terms are working in isolation. However, in Tracecloud, you can connect a requirement to other requirements. That process is called traceability. If you look at this business requirement, you can see that there are actually 3 other functional requirements that trace up to it. Essentially, I could take it a little bit deeper and see what is happening further down the chain. This best can be seen with a release, so let me open that up. You can see that as different teams build that connectivity, what you get is a relationship that kind of looks like this, and that's best explained in a trace tree. For example, you can see how in this release, there is a business requirement, and that in turn has functional requirements. And then you see the test cases, as I said earlier. I'm just going to open up another demo project so you can see this a little better. Earlier I mentioned that you can see it deeper, so if I'm looking at the trace tree, I can change the depth to see even more requirements that might potentially trace up to business requirements or other type of requirements. Essentially, what this helps with is as different teams connect their work to other teams' works, they're no longer working in silos. Everyone has visibility to how one team's work impact others' work. There are some quantifiable benefits to this, and one is a term called dangling. And what that essentially means is when I am doing some work or I'm delivering some requirements, and if my downstream teams are responsible to do this work, I want to make sure I identify all of the requirements that nobody's working on downstream. So for example here, if I am working on a functional requirement, let's say the launch station, the downstream team isn't really taking care of that as indicated by the D for dangling. So that means I could either chase down a team or ensure that someone's going to be working on that. There is also another term, O, which essentially means orphan, and that just means that that particular requirement is not a part of any business requirement or different type of requirement. Over time, when you go deeper into this topic, you'll see that there's a lot of benefits where you can easily identify such things. You'll see that there's a lot of missing requirements or things that you think others are taking care of, but in reality, that's not the case. There's a similar concept for this called a suspect trace. That means I am working on a requirement that is either part of some other requirement or that somebody else is executing on my behalf. But somewhere along the way, somebody made a change to that relationship, and that change is fine in an organization as long as everyone's on the same page. Essentially, this red indicates that some change was made by somebody, and if I wasn't aware of it, I can take a look at it. If I'm comfortable with what's happening, I can say, hey, I'm fine with it, and I can clear it. If everybody clears their subset trace, then it becomes green. Now, as for traceability, I click home, and then you see on the right-hand side a bunch of options, and there's trace tools. Once you click that, you should see 3 options for trace matrix, tracer, and trace tree. Let's work on the trace matrix first. The trace matrix essentially allows you to build a relationship between requirements in one folder and requirements in another folder, and you can actually see a matrix view of the problem that you can go and work on. So right now, for example, here I have my requirements for the Tesla and requirements for the SE accessories verification. And this just allows you to see the relationship between these different functional requirements or requirements in general, or you can use it to see relationships between test cases. Essentially, that's the end for this Tracecloud tutorial, and hopefully you've understood how to connect, organize, and report your requirements. Again, as always, if you need any help at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to support@tracecloud.com.